Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
You're mute. Unmute. Go on.
People, sorry, the producer kind of beat me bad people. I understand what.
The
Go
producer
on.
never want you to speak out of turn. They get me and say, and they say nothing we enough to say, and then it's a whole thing. But continue.
It's fine. Welcome, sports fans. Welcome back to a very special live. I'm your host, Demarai.
I'm Rush.
And this is This or That Sports TV, the place you guys come to get the best, most interesting and riveting sports topics, discussions, and debates on the internet.
Yes, people. But before we get into today's live, don't forget to like this one, leave a comment, and subscribe to This or That Sports TV. And do one more thing first, though.
Share the video to at least 10 people to ensure to get us 6 subscribers. Because if each and every one of you guys can manage to do that, do you know how many subscribers that get us by the end of the day, people?
Holy, feel like me, I feel the button up style. From I'm just I feel the button up style saying that.
I wonder if I become a graduate from boy to man.
A long time we a man still in that.
But you officially graduate. Come here a certain official make a talk, you know, and him say, yo, you're no longer just Russian, you're no Mr. Russian Smith.
Oh yeah, you have to know that.
Probably that's why you want button up. You get me, I say?
But me I feel the button up, so I'm not too fighting. But people, what are going talk to you in the comment section. I feel like this is gonna be a really good live. The people in probably are actuated with some of the things that we're gonna say, but we don't really care, is it? We're here to do our year-end review of our Jamaica men's national team. You see it? We played a couple of games. I feel like we had a relatively good year, but we are here to break it down. We're here to talk about the players, the team, the coach, the results. We're here to talk about it all. So please talk to us in the comment section. Maybe we're having a call in. Not sure yet. Let's see how the night go. Let's kick it off. First of all,
a massive year, first of all.
Yeah.
A whole heap of football played that year.
Here we do for me. You know what? Never mind. Continue.
Yeah, man, so first of all, a whole heap of football played that year. A lot of football played this year. And that was one of the bright sparks of what was a relatively down year, I would say. The fact that Jamaica play one whole heap of football. I have to give God thanks for that.
Yeah. But when you think about 2023 Jamaica men's national team, aka the Reggae Boyz, what the first thought come to your mind? 2023, this year, performances, results, team, inclusions, the man them will get left out, the coach. When you think about this year's team, what come to mind?
It's unfair to ask a question like that because of recency bias.
Yeah.
Because when we think about the Reggae Boyz, all we can think about are the most recent performances that we would have come out and demonstrated, which you can't be disappointed. You get me, I say? You have to feel excited about the results that we managed for eke out. But in the grand scheme of things, when you try to take a step back and look at it from an objective standpoint, definitely an improvement on 2022 for sure. It definitely seems like we're going in the right direction. But as a year, that's a relatively good year, definitely an improvement. There could have been things done better. You know, I believe that we left some points on the board. I believe that we left some results on the board. I believe that we underperformed in various situations that we shouldn't have performed as badly in. But for the most part, you know, I would say an improvement on last year. And what more can you ask?
And a lot of people would say what I'm about to say. Even what you say, then probably say we are contradict yourself in saying that it was a good year, but at the same time saying that we should have done better. And I agree with you. It was a good year. When you think about the fact that we made a Gold Cup and a Nations League semi-finals in the same year, you think about, yes, I will play a whole heap of football, and that's true. We play 17 games, bro.
Yeah.
I'll be two tournaments, fine. But 17 games in any calendar year for a national team is a lot of games. You get me? I say, so we won more than we lost, we won more than we drew. And you come to expect that from Reggae Boyz, fine. But I still believe that. Yeah, especially in CONCACAF. Especially when I'm coming up against teams like Trinidad and Tobago, Antigua, teams like that. We're supposed to win a lot of our games. But at the same time, while I'm saying that we had a good 2023, I feel like we could have done so much better. I feel like we could have done so much better. May I get the first two stats and then we'll talk about it a little bit more. Started the year ranked 64th. At the end of the year, the last update was done in November, we jumped to 55th. So we go from 64th to 55th in 2023. We need to dip back under the 50 mark there. You were there for about maybe 2 years, 3 years. We were at the 50 mark, below the 50 mark for a little bit. But we need to get back below that 50 mark. I don't see this team getting the rankings up in terms of going higher than 55, 57. Yeah, I feel like we have a team that we should be getting decent enough results to keep it in and
Yeah,
around 50.
yeah, for
See me?
sure.
So you can say arguments to get him higher and jump from 64 to 55. That's a good start. Can't ball, can't complain. We played 17 games, we lost 5 games, we won seven games and drew 5. Obviously we're gonna break down the results, but talk about that a little bit. Rank 64 going to 55th. Obviously last year was World Cup qualifiers and beer madness. We changed coach twice. At one point, we never have no coach. We never know what going with Paula. A lot of things happened last year. So, how you feel coming into this year, 64th, and ending the year in 55th?
I'm slipping to 64th first of all.
Atrocious.
Jamaica should never ever be out of the top 60 in FIFA World rankings. That's the first thing. But when you think about just the way how we performed in the what would that have been the octagonal in World Cup qualifying, that was what led to our demise. Just not getting any results, not managing to pick up any wins, not losing at home. So many times losing at National Stadium. That will do a number on your FIFA World rankings, and that's exactly what we saw. Hargrimson came in 64. One of his targets, had to have been get the country back in the top 50. And I think we're heading in the right direction. One thing that we've managed to do is to get the results that we're supposed to get.
Yeah.
And that's something that won't move the needle dramatically in FIFA rankings, but it will prevent us from being where we aren't supposed to be. And that's exactly the reason why we were in 64, because we weren't getting results that we were supposed to be getting. Big results that we just managed to flunk on consistently. But dropping the rankings nine positions in one calendar year is an outstanding achievement. However, that can be caveated by saying that we played a lot of games. So we did have a lot of chances, much more chances than other international teams to get results to bring down our rankings. But what we saw happen constantly until recently was not getting the quality points that we needed, which would have come by beating the teams ranked above us.
Yeah.
That's something that we struggled to do. And I think that's why our rankings didn't grow as much as we'd have liked them to grow. And in order to get us to the top 50, we have to get results that we aren't supposed to get.
Yeah. And we got those opportunities in it. You think about it, we played America in this year. We played Mexico twice.
Yeah.
We played Canada twice.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So we had a tournament, a Gold Cup tournament, where if we had won that tournament, that would have done a lot for our rankings. So we had the opportunity to, I'd say, get to around 51, 50.
Yeah, for sure.
But we never take that opportunity. But at the same time, still jumping 9 spots is no easy feat. So we have to give them man them props for that. Well, we want to go through the results and talk about them and relive some of these moments. Probably we shouldn't do it, but we're gonna relive some of them games. Yeah. I can remember us being so angry at a lot of these matches. But I'm gonna put them up and people talk to us in the comment section. What is Switchy Robinson say about baller credits? Speak up yourself, my general. Man say Boyz are the best baller. Hey, right now Boyz are feeling like a man on fire. But Boyz is a man on fire and feeling like a man on top.
King of the town.
Yeah. You can't really play with Boyz right now. He might do what he's supposed to do. So let's put the matches up on the screen. We're going to start at 2020. The first game was a friendly against Trinidad and Tobago, catching all, 0-0 match. You remember that game there?
I do remember this game. Yeah.
I could talk about that one there first. I can't remember us being
But there was a silver lining in this game.
Of course. I feel like 2 silver linings in the game. Omar Hutchinson and Dujan Richards, for me, was, oh my God, I feel like Omar Hutchinson can come do something for you in the midfield, even though Grimson did kind of play him on the wing. He was offering us a lot. And dare I say, the two youngest players on the field were the 2 best players for Jamaica.
3, bro. Dexter Lembikisa.
And Dexter Lembikisa.
Yeah. So
So
that was Dejan Richards, getting his debut, and I remember saying we found our right back. That's what I was feeling, just watching bits and pieces of Lembe Kisa,
yeah.
in that series at Catherine Hall. You know, the result though, the senior players, they didn't look like themselves. I think in this Trinidad game was where Agent Mariapa started to show his age.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was the beginning of the end for Mariapa. So that's one sad thing about 2023. I think we've lost a legend in Adrian Mariapa. Obviously, he's not dead, people. He's very, very much alive. But yeah, I don't think he has a spot in our 23 anymore going forward. But
Yeah.
God knows, if there's a 24th spot, Miki Mariapa every single day of the week,
I said, you know what I would have appreciated, or probably what we should have done a bit better. We should have phased Mariapa out a little bit better, bro. I feel like we should have announced that, this is Mariapa. Well, he should have announced that this is his, even though I'm still not announcing him in
Yeah, no,
retirement.
he's not retired. Mariapa
Right,
is
but
Mariapa still wants a call up.
for
He said
me,
it. He
for
said it that
me,
he's still open to being called up for the national team. So he's not
sure,
retired.
but for me, call it. I feel like we can include Mariapa in a player coach type of thing, or I'm sure I'm doing badges. I think I heard something like that.
Yeah.
Include him, get him experience around the players. He's represented Jamaica well. Him know all about competing in World Cup qualifiers, in Gold Cup, Nations League, all of that. The experience will be valuable for us, no problem. But I feel like in terms of Mariapa's playing days, I feel like they are done for Jamaica. What I think we should have done and he should have done was announce that, Mariapa coming up on his final games. This will be his final game. We go out, we give him a warm welcome,
Oh yeah.
I will clap him off. You get me? I feel like that's how we should do. Give him the opportunity to get the standing ovation and the round of applause. But it never happened, man. Who to tell? Maybe him light it up in our League 2.
League One.
Maybe him light it up in the League 1 and get another call up and we can say I last game this. But yeah, those two games, I mean, I bump them in a one. The two Trinidad and Tobago friendlies, we lost 1-0, I think.
Yeah.
And we drew the other one, 0-0. Two games where I wasn't pleased at all, even though we had weakened teams. I feel like we had enough on the pitch to beat Trinidad and Tobago. Easily. You see me, Algrimson was looking for that one or two more players to add to his squad. Fine, I feel like he got an opportunity to see young Whisper coming out of the Manning Cup. He got an opportunity to look at players like Richard King a little bit more, players like Phillips a little bit more, Trevante Stewart a little bit more, Colin Anderson,
And unemployed Ravel Morrison.
Ravel Morrison. Got the opportunity to look at those players. And kudos to Coach Algrimson, knows the players that he doesn't want in the squad.
Yeah.
He saw them and he immediately, I feel like he felt that this was not good enough and these players can't make the national team. So, good that we got those two games, but I was so annoyed at the fact that we couldn't get a win on home side against our Caribbean rivals. It just never makes sense to me, and I feel like we should have done better.
And before you say good that we got those games, let me speak to the JFF at the beginning of the year, 2023.
Yeah.
This effort to just constantly be getting us fixtures, to be constantly getting all the players that we need to get for the most part, to be constantly having logistics sorted out. Big commendations to them. I think they started off the year well, seeing that we're in the beginning of the year, in the midst of an administrative change. It seemed that they were putting in the work, bro. These fixtures, a lot of people scoff at them. I don't mind them. The more football the country can play, the more time the country can play football, is the better. Is the better for the country, for the country's football, for Coach Hallgrimson. And I think Hallgrimson and the JFF made use of these opportunities to call up the players, the local players, to give the local players exposure, because this is what everybody want. That them beautiful, because we don't want to expose local player, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the JFF would have heard people like me saying, me don't want them to get the exposure in the Nations League and World Cup qualify. You get me, I say? They gave them a chance to get the exposure. And me agree with it, which is to show them I'm not against the ball that them play for the country. I'm just against the ball that them play for the country when there's better that can play for the country.
Yeah.
Right? So if we have opportunities for them to play, get those opportunities. And I thought the JFF did a good job of that throughout the whole year. And I have to give commendations to that before we move on.
Yeah, I agree. But those are the two first games. Let's move on. We had one of the biggest games of the year, one of the biggest performances of the year.
Yeah.
And that was against Mexico, in Mexico, where we got a 1-1 draw Um, we loved the performance, we loved the result. Unfortunately, couldn't advance us out of the Nations League group. But I feel like all Reggae Boy supporters
Very
and the team,
unfortunate.
where is it?
Very, very unfortunate.
Yeah,
Feel
I
like
feel
we
like
feel like we did deserve for cut through.
yeah, and we did happy. We did happy with the performance. Obviously, we did one go through. We finished second, and the only reason we never got through, I feel like, is because we never do a job. You know, well, we
Suriname.
played Suriname. Was it
Yep,
Suriname?
yep, Suriname. In Suriname.
Right. And with one bag of things that are going, and ultimately, that Nations League group was just a chaos.
And it's weird. Andre Blake, I think, never played under protest. Amal Knight made a mistake causing us the match in
Yeah,
Suriname.
you're right. You see me? So we could have done better. We should have done better. But Bobby De Cardova with a was it at this match? Yeah, the 2-2. Bobby De
Yeah,
Cardova
yeah.
and was it
Shamar Nichols.
Boza?
Shamar Nichols, yeah, man.
Yeah. Shaman Nichols Boza
All
with the
kind of
goal.
booking, but we take it how we get it, you know?
Of course. Of course. Sound weird, but it's fine. It's fine. All right. And again, what kind of goal Bobby Reed did score for winning that game?
Over the shoulder, man. Klug! One
Valley.
time, Valley, man. How you talking, man?
Yeah.
How you talking, man?
Yeah. Bobby Reed obviously scoring wonder goals and
Man.
2023. Him never fall short. Him give me wonder goal. So yeah, got that game. As I said, most people pleased with that performance. Most people pleased with the fact that we went to Mexico. We got a draw in Mexico. Obviously, I feel like this Mexico team, obviously, still one of the better teams in CONCACAF. One of the best teams in CONCACAF.
Them a
But
go through it. Them a go through it.
them are got through it.
Them a
And
go through
they
it.
are an aging team.
Yeah.
And teams are getting opportunities to do well against them. You know, and we tried to take our opportunity. It never quite worked on the day, but we were still pleased.
Talking about
Easy.
Mexico, them barely make it to the Nations League finals.
Yeah.
Because of some shaky referee, and it's a 6 minute extra time match. We play like 10 minute extra time. I suck on them get for them one.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No joke. I don't lie. After this, though, in June 15th and the 19th, we played 2 friendly games. And to go to what you said earlier, JFF getting friendlies just for arguments to see the players and test out players and see where
A
we want to
big
work
deal.
with.
Love it.
We played Qatar and we played Jordan, losing both games. Obviously, international friendlies, not official games, not competitive games, but we lost the games. But again, in perspective, and then make a look on it, how much competitive game we lose? 1, 2?
Think about it.
We don't lose much competitive games this year, no?
Yeah, we lose against
We
Mexico
lose
in the
Canada.
Nations League and we lose to Canada.
So we lose to Mexico in a Gold Cup.
Yeah, Gold Cup, sorry. Yeah, and then we lost to
And we
Canada.
lose to Canada in a Nations League. Yeah. I just
Yeah.
2 competitive games we lose. Out of probably out of 13 or 12. So that's a big deal again. But it's 2 games. Qatar and Jordan. Again, we see Whisper. Obviously, Whisper are gonna get mentioned a lot because this was his debut year and played 10 games. The youngest player to play hit the 10 game mark. Big deal. So this game, these 2 fixtures, I remember Kaim Paris and Whisper stood out again. You get me? I say, and these were the only 2 players where I say, we could have see something from. Boza looked atrocious in these 2 games. Boza was so bad in this tour. You get me? I say, got opportunities and was just wasteful with them. I remember him scoring a penalty and just wasting opportunities. It was just so wasteful. Coreyberg was okay. But other than that, it was just Kaim Paris and Whisper. And those 2 players got called up to the Gold Cup squad. So, again, arguments taking the opportunity to look at players and include them. All right. So, Gold Cup time come around at the end of June.
If I'm not mistaken, we got to see Jamali waiting that tour, right?
Yeah, we got to see Jamal. But we did see Jamal wait before that against Mexico, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's that. Then, Gold Cup came around, the 24th it started. We played USA in our first game. And obviously, we're going to spend a little bit more time for the Gold Cup because this was the big tournament for the year. We played America, weekend America. And I feel like we started the game well.
America allowed their players to take the summer off.
After Nations League.
Yeah, so that they could rest up, get a summer holiday because next summer they knew that it would be a big summer for them. playing in the Copa America or whatever, and then World Cup qualifiers is also starting next year. So America allowed their players to take this summer off because for the next couple of summers it are gonna be pedal to the metal as them say, right? So
Yeah.
America gave the European players the summer off, which is good for them, and decided that they were going to go in the Gold Cup with a local squad. Yeah, you can continue.
And on the Jamaica side of things, calling one of our strongest squads
Oh
there.
yeah, yeah. So
You get me? I say?
that
Making
was the contrast. America giving their foreign players the time off, and Jamaica really, really loading up the squad. If I'm not mistaken, Whisper was the only domestic player, right?
me have a check. So we have Mikel Antonio, Liam Bailey, Demarai Gray, Latibo Deer, Lambert, Bobby Reed, Lemmy Kisa, Low, Adrian Mariapa, Amari Bell, Andre Blake. Then on the bench, Kemar Lawrence, Corey Burt, Daniel Johnson, Shaman Nichols, Jamali Waite, Boyce Clark, Brown, Bernard. Yeah, Whisper was the only domestic player.
Right? And I remember making that point. Like, at long last, them will listen to it. You cannot send a team to any competition representing Jamaica with any JPL players.
Yeah.
It has to be an international contingent. It has to be.
We have
Right?
too many good players.
Exactly. And that's exactly what was saying in this Gold Cup. And that alone did make Algrim to get a couple stripes for me.
Yeah, and we went into that tournament. We never lose to America, which I guess on paper is a good result, but we know that it was a weakened team. We should be able to get a better result against them. And I feel like in this group stage, Liam Bailey, Liam Bailey did a press conference. He's like his iconic press conference where he must say, "Yo, give it some time." You get me? I said, "This is not going to be easy. It's going to be a journey, and we are not the finished article." And we respect that. Even though I still think we should have played better, I understand what he was saying. We're not there yet. The coach even a year in the job yet. Give us some time to get to where we want to get to. Don't quite pressure the team yet, which again, I understand, but at the same time, we shouldn't be as bad as we were. You get me? I say, where do you think about the America game there in terms of the result that we got?
You know, I was disappointed with how we played. The result was exactly what I predicted, I think. But we went out in the first half. I think Algrimson, he employed his press, and I was impressed with Lambert, how Lambert was forcing mistakes, and Latibo there didn't look that bad. But I just think in the second half, USA came out and they were all over us, and I just don't think that USA team had the quality to be all over us. So
Shouldn't have been.
yeah, I wasn't necessarily impressed with how we came out in that second half.
Yeah, yeah. Just looking at the stats, try and remember some of the things. Obviously, USA had the bulk of the possession, 68%. They had 13 shots, we had 6. They had 4 on target, we had 3. Um, yeah. Again, still think we should have done better in this game, but we drew the game and we did feel all right about the point. If we get the job done against the other two teams, against the other two teams, we should be fine. So, we went into the next game against
Was it Trinidad or was it
Trinidad and Tobago. Obviously, we dumped them up 4-1. Me did feel a little bit salty for the fact that we never get to beat them when they get the chance in Jamaica. But the first team step up, Liam Bailey with a goal, Demarai Gray with 2 goals. And this was a tournament of Demarai Gray. Demarai Gray get introduced in the America game. And the man just never stopped putting in great performances for Jamaica. Playing against Trinidad and Tobago, weekend team. We were supposed to beat them. We were the favorites to beat them.
To this point, I'm still not stop putting 8 out of 10 shifts for Jamaica.
Not at
All
all.
no.
You see me? So, this Trinidad and Tobago game, how you did feel after this game? Obviously, we won the game 4-1. At this point, we know, say, yo, gone through to the next round because we are going to beat Antigua. How you did feel?
Numb. Yeah, it was the only thing that made me super excited about this game was Whisper scoring. Besides that, I didn't feel much joy from it. This Jamaica team, as I said, the strongest Jamaica team ever in the history of Jamaica football. Um, it was no contest. You get
Yeah.
me? So we went out there, we played high, we had the position of the ball, we looked good. Latibo there looked like him could have passed, with midfield, it looked like we have midfield.
This was the game where Latibo fling one over it up to Liam
Yeah,
Bailey,
yeah,
man.
yeah. It was no factor. You get me?
Yeah.
So there's nothing there to show me that this was anything to work off of. And I remember telling you that this mean nothing to me. Me not saying nothing. Not the way make me feel good about nothing at all. So I didn't take anything of this game, but I was really happy when Whisper got his own.
Yeah. Obviously, I took a little bit from it. I saw intention. Obviously, we got the space to do what we wanted to do. But at least I got to see what arguments we want the team to do, what some of the players want to do whenever they get the ball. As I said, Demarai Gray showing his ability whenever he gets space. I wanted to see the players express themselves. I took a little bit from that. Obviously, yeah, nobody couldn't get gassed about a 4-1 against Trinidad to get the Gold Cup. It never makes sense. But scoring 4 goals in international play, we are gonna feel good about that. Next game we played was Antigua, the final game. We rotated, and I remember we still kept Liam Bailey and Demarai Gray and Bobby Reed playing. And we are saying, I must them tell the coach they want to play. They get me I say when we are saying, why we spend start the game? And what could have possibly be the reason for Dujan Richards to start this game? Kaim Price got 2 starts, and we are saying, what is going on? We won this game 5-0. Antigua, obviously making it out the group. How did it feel after this game? What were some of the standouts for you?
Boyce Clark getting his chance.
Deshaun Bernard looking like a forward, if you remember.
Yeah, yeah. I remember that substitution that was made because I was pushing for Boyce Clark to get the run. Then I remember talking about that, and it
Yeah,
happened. You know, we captain Boyce Clark for whatever that's worth. He's playing regular football now in England at 20 years old. Who knows what can happen over the next 2-3 years?
yeah.
Who knows? Like we see championship keepers having a one-off breakout here in the championship, and all of a sudden they might play for Bournemouth, and then all of a sudden they might play for Newcastle. Like we've seen this, we've seen it with really good goalkeepers like a Ramsdale, like a Debravka. Like we've seen it with very good goalkeepers who
And Johnston getting called up for England.
exactly who come out of absolutely nowhere.
Yeah,
And no, we have Boyce Clark completely captivated, and Boyce Clark is playing football in and around the championship and around the academy. Anything can happen at any single time, and he's a good goalkeeper. I rate him highly. So that was a bright spot. Jamaica finally a captain, a young player.
yeah,
Yeah, nicely rotated team, but the big guns still going out there trying to keep form. Can't fight it. Excited, give you something nice to talk about.
yeah. I remember though in this tournament, a big team for us on the channel was Mikel and Tony, playing a weird role. They might play a little bit deep, not scoring the goals in the nations in the Gold Cup against teams that we'd expect Mikel Antonio to score against. And just looking at the lineup, may I remember, Jonathan Russell got a good goal in this game. But all in all, the tournament at this point was still never all the way pleased with the type of football the way I play. I remember, but at the same time, we were getting the results, trying not to read too much into the results, but still wanting to see more from the team. Then we went on, and the next game was Mexico, Guatemala. The next game was Guatemala. We beat Guatemala 1-0. Never pleased again. We should have won that game. We should have been a bit more comfortable in that game. Andre Blake getting an 8.3 rating from SofaScore. Amari Ben scoring that game to give us the winner in the 51st minute. Was this the point where we are saying, all right, a bullet team will have? Where even in this game, we should have done better, bro. I remember we were watching this game and I said, all right, we need to do better. We need to score more goals, even though we did have the ball, we had a great chance, but we just not scoring a goal.
Quick note: this Guatemala team had the second best home attendance besides the United States of America. The second best fan support, sorry.
Right, in the Nations League.
In the whole
Gold Cup.
in the whole competition. I remember watching them in the first round, man. And their story, just getting out of their zone, was a good story. Bro, we were playing an away game versus Guatemala. You
Yeah.
know, so that was an extremely hostile environment. That was one of the surprises of the Gold Cup. You know how much fan support Guatemala got. Who knew the diaspora in America for Guatemala was so massive? But regardless, we came out against this Guatemala team, which historically we beat Guatemala. That's just something we do. When Jamaica plays against Guatemala, we beat them. And I was going out, happy that we ended up finishing in a way that we got Guatemala, right?
Mhm.
That was us. We finished at top our zone and we end up get Guatemala. It worked out perfectly for us. I was excited about that.
Yep.
Um, we should have beaten them more convincingly.
For sure.
I wasn't ever worried that they would have won. That never worried me at all. But maybe they don't want to outclass Guatemala.
Yeah.
And this was my first thing. Like, all right, fine. What we did against Trinidad and against the other CFU team, it means nothing. You get me? I said this is the first time we face Central American opponent, which, to be fair, is not much higher than the CFU level. If I'm going to be honest with you, Guatemala is just above the small island state, just above them as relates to football in CONCACAF. And I was
Yeah.
expecting a more comprehensive performance. We didn't get that. It did make me worried going into the Mexico game.
Yeah. As I said, we did create some chances. I was looking at the stats while ago. For them goalkeeper make six save and Blake make 2 saves. Even though them that chase the game, so them that take shot, them have 18 shots overall, but they weren't dangerous shots.
Yeah.
We definitely should have scored more goals. We definitely should have played better in this game, and it left us a little bit worried going into the semi-final game against Mexico, which is the next game I'm going to speak about. We lost that game 3-0. Seeing a team that I couldn't recognize, if I be honest with you. I remember watching this game one late night. You see me? This game was played in what, Vegas?
I
Yeah.
didn't remember which part they play. Or
Yeah,
was
man.
it
I think it did play in Vegas, man. The Allegiant Stadium or whatever. And I remember we are watching game and we are saying, what? Like, which team is this? The man them come out and they do not know what we say all tournament. Even though them that play easier teams, at least make us see some of the things we did a try. I remember in the earlier rounds, we say, all right, we have the ability for get it fast in transition to our wide players and allow them to cause damage. We have the over the top pass. We have the high press from Lambert and Latibodier. We have the long ball we can play to and score some goals. We have the goal scoring defenders. In this game, we just are run up and down like headless chicken. Just a run up and down like we don't know what to do.
Bro, one thing that we never touched on was the fiasco in the dressing room after the Guatemala game.
Yeah. Let's talk about it. And real quick, this is something me dey hate it. Obviously, me I go take off his stats a little bit just so we can talk about it. Bro, me dey hate it. I remember the man them a celebrate like say we just win the World Cup, brother. Pizza and soda everywhere. And me I say, hold on. The man them a take shirtless picture. The man them a have music and a dance. Don't get me wrong, a big result celebrate. It's a big deal. You're an athlete, you're a footballer, but have some awareness. No way just achieve. You just beat Guatemala
You just beat
in a
Guatemala.
shitty performance
Yeah.
to go to the semifinals of the Gold Cup. Bro, we've been to finals, bro.
We've been there, we've done that, and as
Against
me,
better teams.
we beat Guatemala for fun.
So what exactly are we celebrating?
Beat Guatemala. So, bro, had that celebration been after the Mexico match in the semi-final, it would have been more palatable.
Yeah.
You know that we just beat a CONCACAF giant and we're going to play in the finals. Let's celebrate it while we enjoy. We're probably not gonna beat USA in the finals. Fine. But we just beat Guatemala. Obviously, football is played on the day, but we should have written our names in the semi-final already. So that should have been, for me, it was a formality. The Guatemala match for me, obviously I might be too arrogant and that could have cost me for shame.
Yeah.
But that Guatemala fixture for me was a formality. I was
Yeah.
already looking to the semi-final.
Yeah.
So when we got play Guatemala, for me, it was just a 90 minutes that we had to endure through before we got play the semi-final. That's how I viewed the Guatemala match. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying that's how they should have viewed me because underestimating a team is dangerous, but it should have been known that, all right, we're playing and we're going to beat Guatemala, then we're going to move on to Mexico.
Yeah.
That's, I think, the mentality that we should have gone into that game.
And had that game gone another way, you had that game been where, all right, we're up 2-0. The referee give them a penalty with them not forget. Blake make a mistake. And the game be 2-2. And then So we are play some football, we are pressure them, and then Mikel Antonio score a goal and we are celebrate. Fine. But how long them celebrations ever go on for? Why we are post picture on the official JFF page like so we just win some? And that did really annoy me. Getting that quarterfinal win against Guatemala 1-0 in a poor performance, everybody celebrating and going live on Instagram did really annoy me. And I think we did over
And,
celebrate, and if anything, it made us complacent going into the
and
semi-final game.
no, but it showed because the next match seemed like a victory tour. It seemed like the first international friendly after winning a major competition.
Yeah.
That's the energy that we went out with against Mexico. Like it was the first international friendly after winning a major competition, and it's very understandable why.
Bro, we were so poor. We were so bad in the Mexico game. As I say, a team we just couldn't recognize, bro. Not doing any of the things that we did see in the earlier rounds. Anything. It's almost like, and as I say, an aging Mexico team, fine. A team who just draw 2-2 with them yard. Now we get
And
them.
and we did also play them a couple of months ago at the National Stadium. Remember that Leon
Yeah,
Tisha?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think in November, the
Yeah.
previous year. We definitely shouldn't go out like this. We definitely should have, even if we lose. The problem wasn't even that we lost. Mexico beat with when we
All
played
the
them.
time.
They get
Yeah.
all the time. Yeah, it's not the fact that we lost to Mexico.
We're not
It's a
playing them
big deal.
now.
We celebrate too much the game before, in my opinion. We came out and we never did do not know where we become accustomed to. You get me? I say, and I remember the Mexico team, they get a little bit more rest than we, yes. I remember, I think we only got, I think, 1 day rest where they got 2, something like that. It was weird. But I still feel like we should have put in a better performance. 3-0 was not what this game should have been. I would there we are question the strategy where arguments not imply, we are question who should be in the midfield. Because the man them just
Never play no ball.
no ball, the man them not play my father. No ball. No, we are question everybody. Daniel Johnson, Leon, we are question everybody. But I remember, I think we were probably a bit too complacent going into that game. For real, for real. We bounced out at the semi-final.
International friendly after win a major competition, man.
Right? So we bounced out of the Gold Cup. Disappointing, but at the same time, when I think about it, when I put it in perspective, a major tournament, a Gold Cup, you make it to the semi-finals, I guess is a good thing. You get me? I say, but when I think about the performance and the route, you're gonna have points in there where you're not pleased. Obviously, we only lost one game in the tournament, fine, but it's the most important game we lost. You see me? So, all in all, the Gold Cup was an alright tournament. I feel like in the earlier rounds we made a few strides, not big enough, in my opinion. And then I feel like we almost reversed all of it in the knockout rounds. The Guatemala game and the Mexico game for me. But the tournament overall, the Gold Cup. What you say about the Gold Cup overall?
As I said, we had to make it to the finals against the Gold Cup. I thought that we had the perfect path to the finals. We didn't capitalize, but there definitely was a silver lining, and that was one Demarai Gray.
Yeah.
That was the birth of Captain Jamaica. We've
I'm not
been
lying.
looking for a Captain Jamaica for a long, long, long time, and for moments you thought it would have been Mikel Antonio. Though a good contributing factor, I don't think he has the skill set to constantly come and give us what it takes every single time.
We
Yeah,
wanted it to be Liam Bailey.
I think that player has to be a winger or an attacking midfielder, right?
Yeah.
We wanted it to be Leon Bailey. To this point, it just hadn't been.
Hasn't been.
In his 5th year of international football, it just hadn't been. And Demarai Gray came out in this Gold Cup and just showed exactly why he is indeed our new captain Jamaica.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And being, we can say, obviously we'll get to it, who has been the reggae boy of the year, or the best reggae boy this season in terms of performance or whatever. But Demarai Gray up there, Demarai Gray are going to be probably the leading candidate when we get to the conversation.
Yeah.
Because so many games, Demarai Gray just win for we and put in outstanding performances. But the next game, let's talk about it. So the Gold Cup ended, and the next game would have been what, the Nations League, the first game in the Nations League.
Mm-hmm.
Honduras, the first game in the Nations League. We won that game 1-0. That was in September. Right after the summer. Decent performance. Who got the goal? Let me check. Demarai Gray got the goal.
Yeah.
I remember this. This was the dribble down, funny, open up, far post, right? in a national stadium kicking towards the sea.
This was Honduras, isn't it?
Yeah, this was Honduras.
Them Rob
I
will
was right.
go.
I was right behind the goal. And may I
Them,
got quick plug, quick plug. A day before this, we were at the media session. We went to the press conference and then watched the training after. We made a couple of videos. And I was doing I think it was a this or that video with Demarai Gray. Is he
yeah.
with all of the Reggae boys? I'm asking Demarai Gray, what you prefer? A goal scoring, a game winning goal or something else? I remember. And him say game winning goal, is it? And then the next day, the man scored the game winning goal in our first Nations League game. And check out the vlog, by the way. Quick plug, go watch it. Dog a pass after I'm getting sober. Me I say, yo, Demarai game winning goal, and I say, yeah. And then again in the press conference, mention the video when we do with him the day before and say, yo, I got asked yesterday about a game winning goal and it came true. So people, never take credit for Jamaica winning the first game in the Nations League. We motivate the man, we remind him what a game winning goal would feel like, and him go out and get the game winning goal in the Nations League. But yeah, good.
And to add to that, that match, Bobby Reid should have also gotten on the score sheet from a Demarai Gray assist,
Yeah.
mind you.
Mm-hmm.
But he was ruled offside,
And Bobby just flip it around and give them a great assist instead, since they don't want it that way there.
which was very, very, very unfortunate. It was given
Yeah.
offside, and that would have further ramifications. However, it don't matter now. You get me? So we managed to beat the odds regardless.
Yeah.
But VAR needed to have been at that game in National Stadium, and it was unfortunate. I was watching the game on TV, and I saw clearly that
No, it was not offside. It was not offside.
Yeah, you know,
Everybody
so-
text me same time.
yeah, it was clearly not that, like clear, like well onside. But anyways, all is well that ends well.
Yeah.
Demarai Gray, as I said, just who else but him?
Who
Just
else?
showing that he's the guy. And I think it was at that point also that Bobby Reid decided that he was going to be Bobby Reid for Jamaica. And I don't think he's failed us since then.
Bobby Reid have a good year too.
Yeah.
Bobby Reid have a good year too. You see me? Yeah, the next game was also in this game, Jamal Wade played. Had another good performance. Jamal Wade not really let we down yet every time he come in for Andre Blake,
Nope.
So this was another good performance from him.
And may I tell you, Jamal Wade is the surefire backup. I've never felt as confident about a backup keeper. I've never, ever. Obviously, since me start watch football, it was Donovan Ricketts, and then behind Donovan Ricketts would have been Aaron Lawrence, and then after Aaron Lawrence, Dwayne Miller. You had Kerr. You had even Giacomino Barrett would come in sometimes. Richard McCallum would come in sometimes. There are a lot of understudies that just wasn't it. You get me? And then after Donovan Ricketts, Andre Blake, who would have been a number 3 for just a small amount of time, catapulted from the number 3 directly into the number 1 shirt, which just showed us that we really never have the number 2. You get what I'm saying? The fact that Andre Blake as a young 19-year-old would have been a number 3 for just a matter of games before, Donovan Ricketts going off, we searched for a bit between Kerr and Dwayne Miller. None of them really lasted. Andre Blake came in, took the number 1 shirt, and then those guys, still the same Kerr, still the same Miller, would have then been number 2s to Andre Blake. No, you get me? I said Andre Blake obviously much younger than them. And me still not being confident in either one of them. And then you see like Kemar Foster coming around in recent times, and Amal Knight is the next person who we'd have seen in recent times, none of whom really got my confidence until the emergence of Jamal Wade, where every single time it's Jamal Wade, I'm just mesmerized by his technical ability, how safe his hands are. He's super athletic. You get me? So not as big as I generally like my goalkeepers to be, but he's not diminutive by any stretch of the imagination. He has enough size on him. And him just going at the goal and just play a good football and just keep well all the time. Very safe, very secure, very confident, very good goalkeeper. And I just go down memory lane all the way back to the 2000s. That are before 2010, I carry the people them go. You get me? I say, because after Warren Barrett would have been Aaron Lawrence, Donovan Ricketts, again, just like Andre Blake, would have been a number 3. And then jump over Aaron Lawrence for that spot there. You get me? I say because he was just simply better than the number 2. The number 2 continued to be the number 2 until the number 2 retired. Donovan Ricketts became the captain of the team. Other number 2s came and went. I've never been confident in a number 2. Andre Blake come jump over the number 2 them.
Yeah.
Now we see the Dwayne Miller them and the Curry them gone now. So we see a new set of number 2s. And Jamal Wade are the first one where we can feel confident knowing, say, all right, this is a good second string goalkeeper. I've never been confident in a goalkeeper when Donovan Ricketts go down. I've never been confident in a goalkeeper when Andre Blake go down. This is the first time I'm ever confident in a goalkeeper. When we feel good with, we can keep if my first string keeper dead. I mean, I talk about in forever. In forever.
Wax. And now we move on to the next game. Just days later, also in the National Stadium, if I'm not mistaken. Was this our own game? Let me check. Yeah, I was actually at this game. I don't know why I remember. But Jamaica versus Haiti. Yeah, I was draw the game 2-2. And the coach coming at the press conference and I say, yo, you know, Jamaica a big side, but we're prepared to play against anybody. Haiti having a little surge right now. And them come and them get a result halfway. You get me? I say a result that they shouldn't have gotten.
We started the game super poorly, bro. Remember we went down so fast? It coming like so we don't come to play in a ball. Remember being up there in the stands.
They scored in the 11th minute and the 14th minute.
Like, what? Go on. Like, then in the bleachers, everybody look upon each other like, this real?
Yeah.
We're asleep. Damien loaded asleep.
Yeah.
Like, we just never did play no football in the first half. I don't know what happened in this first half. I don't know what happened.
Mm-hmm. And then we won a penalty. I remember Romario Williams coming on, obviously causing some trouble up front, and we won a penalty. And Bobby Reid, this was when he officially took over as Jamaica's penalty taker. Confident penalty kicker, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
So we drew that game, which we shouldn't have drawn. But as I say, all is well that ends well.
I say we should have drawn, but based on how we start the game, of course we should have drawn that game.
I feel like, bro, we're better than this team. That is what I say. Going into this,
we showed it in the last 60 minutes of the game when we really grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck. But when we came out,
you're right.
When we came out, bro, we came out. I don't know.
They defended well, actually.
Yeah.
He had to defend it well.
The goalkeeper was, if you look on FEMA rating, I'm sure it's through the roof. He had a ridiculous game. The goalkeeper and captain.
Yeah, so as I said, give them props for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, the goalkeeper had the second highest rating on their team, barring the goal scorer who scored 2 goals.
Yep. So Haiti deserved that result. Jamaica, we really messed the bed on that one.
Yeah.
I was very angry and frustrated.
Yeah. To this point, though, now we're going into going into October. Jamaica only lose 1 competitive game all year. So the next game we played was Grenada. We beat them 4-1. Obviously, we did better than this team. But everybody know every time we play Caribbean nations, we're going to beat them. We're going to beat them convincingly. Them not really have to put up much challenge. And this was an example of that. We beat them 4-1. I think this was a rotated team, if I'm not mistaken. Let's look at the lineup. Jamal Wade in goal. Greg Lee, Deshaun Bernard. Michael Hector got his recall. This was the first game of his recall. Tavon Gray started in this game. Bobby Reid, Lati Bodier, Kevin Lambert, Demarai Gray. Romario Williams and Boyz start up top. Boyz scoring, getting back on the score sheet and getting back in confidence. And this again was the start of Boyz regaining form, getting a move to France and starting to play some good football there. Romario Williams seems like, that's a third striker at the moment. We don't see much of him, but hey, you work hard, you score goals overseas, you have to get a call. And this is what we advocate for. You go here perform. Obviously, we have much spots for USL players, but you go here, one of the best players in the USL, you can't get called, but you can't be middle of the pack USL player and expect to get called. We don't really advocate for that. But good game. We won the game 4-1. Can't complain. Anything to say about this game? It was a good game. We'll move on.
As I said, run of the mill.
Yeah.
Let's fine with the rotation, considering that we had a big, important Haiti game coming up that we had to win, and we had to win by a good amount of goals. So could I get a good seeding in the Nations League or would it have been quarterfinals?
Mm-hmm.
So, he rotated, disappointed. Jamal Wade came in, he was sure-footed and sure-handed again, and unfortunately conceded that goal. That him just shouldn't, him didn't deserve to concede after playing such a good game.
Yeah.
So that was, it was sad for Jamal Wade. But other than that, play against CFU teams, we're supposed to beat CFU teams. We could have even beat this team by more goals.
Facts. That's facts. The next game, just 3 days later, we played Haiti again. And I think we did a video where we explained the format. So we saw Haiti twice. And this was the only team.
Idiot format, if you ask me. Still a dead panda horse there. Big idiot format where you have 6 team in the zone, but yet still you play one team 2 time and then I play 2 team no time. That
Yeah,
that don't make no sense when you could have played 5 matches and play all the team them. It
yeah.
just never make no sense to me any at all. But it is what it was.
Yeah, so people probably have seen this and say, we played Haiti 2 times in the nation. Yeah, we played Haiti twice. Because it was a Swiss format where they might try balance out. The competition, them say we have limited amount of windows and limited time to play the games, and them say this is the best format to play it. Obviously, I feel like them could have got the traditional format, but
As we say, if I did 10 teams in the group, fine. I've 6 teams in the group. So that means you could have played 3 in a one FIFA win and 2 in a one FIFA win. Every team play every team and we see how the badness to come down. But anyways, we
yeah,
don't talk about that already. First
yeah,
game.
we beat 83-2. If I'm not mistaken, the Margaret scored that game here too. Let me check. Yeah,
Bank,
we won this game 3-2. Demarai Gray was the man of the match. I am
bank
right.
on it. You can,
Demarai Gray
you can
scored.
put 100 grand on it.
Liam Bailey also scored. Dujan Richards actually started this game. Daniel Johnson started, Latibo there. But it's a good performance. We beat them. But again, Haiti has scored 2 goals per week when I don't think Haiti is supposed to have scored 2 goals per week. But work in progress. Work in progress. This confirmed our quarterfinal spot. Up to this point in the year, how you feel?
Um, and as I said, the way the year ended, bro, if it was like probability, the way the year ended would have skewed the percentage of how I feel.
Yeah.
Because I was satisfied with the national team when the year done. To this point, I don't think I was at a satisfactory level.
But maybe that was because you never did a look on it in totality. Because
I think I was looking at it in totality.
at this point, at one game we lose,
Yeah, but it's not about, bro. We play, as much as we always have to remember that we're playing a CONCACAF, and
True, true.
we went to the Gold Cup. We beat everybody that we're supposed to beat. We draw with who we're supposed to draw with, which is a weak in the USA team, and the Mexico team, which, as I say, is not the best Mexican team versus our best team ever versus our golden generation. If there's ever going to be a time that we're going to get a result against this Mexico team, it would have been this Gold Cup. We come out and we not play no football. We put in lackluster performances against Trinidad twice, even though it wasn't with our strongest team, but it was against a Trinidad team that still didn't have their international players as well, because it was a non-FIFA date. So imagine if we were playing with our local team versus the Trinidad and Tobago is playing with their local team. What was supposed to do to that team? There, you get me? I say,
Yeah. America, we draw with was supposed to beat.
yeah, that's what I talk about. We draw with a week in America, who is the one team who was supposed to draw with that week in American team. There. You get me? So we're going to the Middle East, where it was actually in Europe. We
Yeah.
played against 2 Middle Eastern teams.
Austria.
Absolutely embarrassed ourselves. You get me? So we see some bright lights, but it was an embarrassing display of lackluster football. We look like we never know what we want to do, and I was questioning Hallgrimson. Right? So that was 2 poor fixtures versus Trinidad, 2 poor fixtures versus 2 Middle Eastern opposition. Then we went into the Gold Cup. Wasn't impressed with our Gold Cup performances. The first time we looked like we want to play some football against Honduras in the national stadium, getting a win right there. Demarai Gray looked good. Against Haiti in that second half, really played well in that second half. But in the first half, we looked like same old idiot Jamaica, right? And then coming up to the very, very last 2 fixtures where we are right now, where we managed to get 2 good wins, we managed to finally put 2 good performances on the board. Now you can see why I'm never super satisfied
Yeah.
before the Canada game.
As me I said, now in hindsight, may I try to remove the games individually and think about what was happening at the time. Again, may I go through the performances. So the two Trinidad and Tobago games, arguments not search. In play, and now looking back at it, in play tactics where I know that in play with his strongest team. Right? Those are the two Trinidad and Tobago games explained. Now, I agree with you, we should have done better. But we just try to put everything in perspective. Those two games, we were searching for that one or two more players. Give the young players a chance. Let me Kisa get him debut. Omar Hutchinson want to play one more time. The local players, everybody are called for now. I'm not quite comfortable when I get called with the best team yet, but I'm still on offer. That was the purpose of those fixtures. We never performed well. We should have performed better. That done. When you look on the Jordan again, similar thing. We want to look at other players. We want to look at new players. Deshaun Bernard did get him first chance, I remember. In that tour.
Yeah.
You get me? I say, let me Kisa get another chance. Dujan Whisper Richards get another chance. Kaim Paris get another chance. Boyz get a chance to catch some form. That was not competitive. That was just to see one or two more players that can be added to the squad. Again, still think we should have done better. But we just try to include everything to make sure we have the perspective. So looking back at it, even though at the time I never feel good, and it's weird now for say, look, because not them say hindsight 2020, and me I speak from an all-knowing perspective right now. At that time I never pleased, because I still think we should have done better. But looking back at it, with the objective being to find players or to give players opportunities or opportunity or exposure, fine. So I agree with what you say, but to a lesser extent. The America game, I can't make an excuse for that. I can't make an excuse for the America game. The Mexican game, I can't make an excuse for that. The Haiti game, I can't make an excuse for that. You get me? I just them two games. That's why I'm saying I agree with you. But barring those two games, we still had some poor performances in. People, we'll get to the best player conversation. Give me a sec. So we're gonna finish out.
So that's why until to this point, that's why I said the last two games, not even last two games, the very, very last game, it holds so much weight in how I rank the year. It's not funny. But to this point, bro, I wasn't satisfied. Like I had doubts in algorithms. Like me, I say, yo, I don't like how we play, I don't like the midfield situation, I'm not satisfied about the formation. There's a lot of things being said about.
And a lot of those things me still have a lot of those opinions.
Exactly.
By the way.
So that's why before up to the point where we're right now, managing to get these two wins versus Grenada and Haiti, the first time we are playing a ball. The first time we are playing a ball. In the whole year. The first time. So
yeah. And you could say, I don't remember winning the group. Did we have to? I could say, we're lucky to play Haiti twice. It could be that we are play Honduras twice, which would probably be a harder game. It could be that.
Exactly.
You get me? So I understand what you're saying in terms of that.
I never saw to the point where we are right now, still did skeptical, still did pessimistic about this national team. I tell you the truth.
I understand that. I agree to an extent. Let's go. The Guatemala game was an international friendly again, looking at players, Tariq McGee and some of those players getting called up. Nobody never impressed, nobody never get called. Not much to talk about. Me never watch much of the game. So I'm not gonna lie and go on like me that's the game. You did watch a game,
I didn't get a chance to watch it. I remember seeing.
I was side-eyeing it.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that the clubs issued a release about a few players, and I was like, because keep in mind the international window was coming up, so I was like,
about a fixture,
yeah. So when you tell me about that, I said, bro, stop ramp with me, and me I get ready to beat them, and then it was when I was at I think it was George's versus Heidel game in the Manning Cup, actually, when somebody looked at me and tell me, say, oh yeah, man, we have a game against. I was like, okay, that makes sense. That's why them man they get called up. We call
Romario Williams, Tariq McGee, Demarai Phillips, Devon Williams, Disham Bickford, Ramon Howell.
Yeah.
I say, yo, for like a couple of hours after a day with it kind of confused. I said, I watch a match still.
Me say, yo, me na business. Me say, me na go no stadium. Go watch Canada give we no 5 love. Me not doing it. I legit was just not going to go to the national stadium. Believe it or not, me never dare go Independence Park.
But
Friday. Rain fall every day too,
I don't lie. Them time they are just an excuse right now for not go. I don't lie. But it was an international friendly against Guatemala. It wasn't that serious, so we drew the game nil all. I guess it contributed to our year. Then we played Canada in a national
Trying
stadium.
nil against Guatemala should say it all.
Yeah, yeah. We played Canada in a national
Oh,
stadium.
yeah, by the way, Jamal wait. Sorry, but forgot to wear the armband for that game then. So Jamal getting to lead his team out.
Guatemala game.
Yeah. So that was a big accomplishment for Jamal Wade.
Yeah, yeah. So, ready for attack the big games, you know?
Yeah.
The games were, well, not games, but the game
We make
literally
the year.
skew the rating.
Yeah, this rescued the year for me.
All right, so the first one was Jamaica versus Canada in the office.
A
Independence Park.
weird situation.
And obviously these games are fresh in our mind, so we can talk about this for days. Bro, remember the National Stadium, sun hot the day before the match did supposed to play. It get rain out. CONCACAF take forever to tell the people them say, yo, the game get called off. Obviously, them would have to try to push it and make them game go. And cause money spent on the game have to play.
Yeah, the game have to
No,
it have to play.
no. We did done resign to the fact that we not go. Because there was no way we could have driven out the water because
No,
Kingston
I
is
think
full
there
up.
was flooding. The nation was being flooded.
Yeah. So we are saying we not go. Me I look on social media, people are say, yo, them a try got the game and broke down. There's no way to get to the stadium. So nobody would have been there if you never go from hours before. Because I think we get a 1 hour.
The stadium is protected by a lot of drains and gullies.
Yeah.
Like stadium, if you look, you have a gully right up there, so to Nannyville side, and then you have one right before you reach a stadium. And every single drain in the whole country did overflow that day. Every single one.
Yeah.
I promise you.
So no football never did I go play. Mikel Antonio post on him status and say, yo, look at the man them make we left the hotel for go. The field literally water. Like obviously it's a field where clearly pass international standards.
Yeah, for sure.
So and the field literally a flood, bro. Like there was water puddles on the field.
As bad as the national stadium is, I promise you it's not the worst in CONCACAF.
No.
I promise you.
We've seen worse.
Yeah.
You see me? But me I tell you the field, like when them did show like there was water puddles on the field. You know,
there's more water than grass.
Yeah.
More water than grass.
Football could have played like that.
Yeah.
You see me? So plus it did a continue for rain. This is not like the rain did stop and the water settled. It was continuing to rain. So we know so the match never that played. Them announced say, match a play morning, 10 o'clock. That was at 10:30, something like that.
10:30.
I would say, all right. Yes, I got much earlier morning reach. People, it was the absolute opposite of what was happening the day before. This sun did hot, brother. Remember, we go down there, we are making vlog and I say, all right, now I'm back at the goal in the press, in the media zone. Still, I stand me watch from still. You get me? I say, me know say you make up your mind for me walking in the stadium. You know.
Yeah. It's like,
but obviously, I go down there, I get some content and I say, you know what? Nah, really stayed against still my father. So up in the stands with it, it was, I can tell you, even though we lost the game, I enjoyed the fun experience at that game. VAR took the day for me.
in addition to the fact that the turnout was pretty impressive, McKenzie said we'd have probably 4,000 or 5,000 people there at the stadium.
Yeah.
But not only was there like 4,000 or 5,000 people there, but it's all concentrated in the grandstand. And I'm starting to think that, hey, JFF, that's the way for go. You get me? I say, just not if we bring the atmosphere, just grandstand. If on a stadium is a grandstand or a Sabina Park. You get me? I said the fans scattered all over the bleachers, all over the grandstand. It really make no sense right now.
Bro, so, it did feel good.
Yeah, that was the best atmosphere in a national team game that I've experienced in a long time. If I'm being honest.
Felt so good. And one more thing about that game was that I don't know who is responsible for this post that took place, but the night when the match was called off and pushed to the next day, JFF post, big post on the gram, which was up long enough to get screenshot.
Oh, yeah.
That, yo, match free tomorrow, just pull up. So, obviously, a lot of people now go bleach on them phone for say that post to get removed and, oh no, the match is no longer free. People come at the stadium expect for goddamn free match. And even outside, we get to find out, bro, later that why so much people. Remember where we were going, people they kind of gathered to one side. The ticket them never did start sell it. Is what I get to realize. You see me? So it was a whole thing. People did upset for the fact that them to make a post and then take it down and all that. The person they probably get fired still. Like who tell yourself who tell you the match free, brother, and who tell you if you make the post there?
Apparently, CONCACAF, Mr. No.
Oh, so JFF wanted to make the
Yeah,
game
apparently
free.
CONCACAF say, yo, and I said a badness they come down.
Yeah, bro.
You think a back a bush league this? Charge money for coming to that, bro.
It's crazy. That was crazy. I mean, I have a problem with the charging.
I
It's just
also think I also think they eventually started to let people in for free,
yeah, yeah,
but just under Sykes, low key.
yeah, yeah. All right. So the Canada versus Jamaica game, National Stadium. I wasn't pleased with the performance. I feel like we could have done better. We were missing Demarai Gray, who it almost seems like whenever he's not playing for Jamaica, we can't see him to play the football that we play whenever he's playing. And it is understandable. He's one of our best players. He's a really good football player.
Yep.
But another thing about this game, as you can see with the ratings right now, Liam Bailey get a 5.8 rating, which was, I can tell you, I was there, I was seeing it in person. It was awful. I feel like it was probably his worst performance in a Jamaican shirt. The man
Yep.
missed two of the clearest goals he has to see ever.
Never see.
Yeah, and Liam Bailey is one of, if not the most technical player in this squad. Missing an empty goal from back post, he can ball on the post. And then being probably on top of the 6 yard box or in the 6 yard box and kicking the ball on the post was just unacceptable. And dare I say, cost us this result. Liam Bailey was probably the reason why we didn't get a better result in this game. How you feel about that result here?
Yeah,
2-1.
as I said, you can definitely see that the weather was getting to both teams. You know, and
Yeah.
nobody's used to playing football at 10 a.m. Yeah, it's hard,
Yeah.
especially in Jamaica where it's 30 degrees in the middle of December and in or the beginning of December, end of November. Right, that's hard.
Yep.
All of these players playing in Europe, all of them playing in winter right now.
Mm-hmm.
Smack the beginning of winter. It is hard, and you could have seen it affecting both teams.
Yeah, it's almost like it wasn't an home game for Jamaica.
It was clear that it was affecting both teams. So the pace of play was very slow, but Jamaica did provide good opportunities for ourselves to go out and to get goals. And we never capitalize. And Canada were clinical, finishing the chances that they got, winning the game. Andre Blake came up big in that game as well. Andre Blake had a massive game for us,
Yeah.
managing to keep it within reach, which would then become a factor in a couple of days. But after this game, the way they created chances, the way they showed that they could play with this big, because this was Canada's best possible team.
Yeah.
So the way that they showed that they could go toe to toe with a big Canada team, the best Canada team, probably the first time we played Canada at full strength in a long time. This just showed me that who knows. I had a bit of hope going back
Yeah.
to BMO because of how we played in the national stadium. So we could have played better, but it definitely was still as good as we've seen Jamaica play all year. Unfortunately, that game
I
at
agree.
National Stadium was still as good as we've seen Jamaica play all year, and
Yeah.
that gave me a little hope.
I
But
agree with you.
I never get as hopeful until I see an Instagram post with such man dropping at the BMO same way.
No
Not
man,
even
call the dog name, man.
at the Toronto International Airport. Yeah, man. Demarai Gray. And then seeing him with the little picture with the little sweat bottom them, the little Adidas sweat bottom them. And I said, the man's here to play football, man. And that got me very excited.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, as I say, you gave us a chance against Mexico. Obviously, it would have been hard, but the away goal rule is in play. So you always have a chance whenever you play the away goal rule. Everybody know that. We just needed to win the game by 2 clear goals, you'd say. If we got a 2-1, we could have taken it to penalties. All of that. Now we're going at the game against Canada in Canada. Liam Bailey, Shema Nichols start up top. This is the most recent game, by the way. Demarai Gray started. Latibody, Daniel Johnson, Bobby Reed in midfield. Then Greg Lee, Ethan Pinnock, Damian Lowe, Dexter Lemikisa, Andre Blake. Andre Blake, man. Andre Blake in that game was awesome. This was a game where he reminded a lot of people that, because a lot of the goals that scored for Jamaica, not really much Andre Blake can do about it,
No.
if we really talk about it. But in this game, he made some show-stopping saves. Couple point blank saves, couple saves he had no business making.
Yep.
You get me? I say, and yo, we have to give him props. Obviously, the goal scorers are gonna run away with the show, but I have to mention Andre Blake whenever we talk about this game.
For sure, for sure. Andre Blake probably still being the man of the match in that performance. You know,
Yeah,
Shamar Nichols with a double, but Andre Blake had to have been one of his best performances for Jamaica in over 7 years. And I remember that Gold Cup where he would have won goalkeeper of the tournament a couple of years ago. Younger, much skinnier was he. Just became the captain of the national team. By the way, bro, Andre Blake has been captain of the national team for a long time when you think about it. Andre
yeah.
Blake has been the captain of this team for a minute, bro.
How much caps Andre Blake have? Let me check real quick.
Almost 100.
You think that's how much?
Yeah, Andre Blake have, I think, it's probably 79 caps, if I'm not mistaken.
69 me I feel. Maybe them not, maybe these are official competitive games.
Yeah,
But
him have around 80 caps. I've a look on Wikipedia.
yeah.
Him definitely did get 75 recently.
Mm.
But
So
yeah,
this round.
Andre Blake, him have to be captain for at least over half of him caps, right?
Yeah.
So Wikipedia says 73. I think Andre Blake have 75 caps for the national team. 75. Because I remember the other day him getting, then they are celebrating 75th cap. So I think a 75 or a 76 him have. But him have to be captain for at least 40 out of them there, right?
Yeah.
Him definitely a captain the team before him hit 50. We know that.
Yeah.
But the man a captain the team for a long time. Because how much Gold Cup him got and how much Gold Cup him a captain. One Gold Cup alone him go when him not captain.
2017.
And that time first ever Gold Cup. Where him got 2015.
2015, yeah.
I'm a captain in 2017.
And yeah, and
And,
19.
and, and, and from straight on. You get me?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Andre Blake has been the captain of this team for a long time. And I don't think him give a performance like that one in a hot minute. And it was very refreshing. Really, really enjoy it.
Yeah, another thing about this game was that Demarai got a red card. So we are now without Demarai for the semi-final game against USA. Awful. Awful. This red card felt a bit personal for me. I'm not lie. It feel like the referee could have do without giving him that red card. It feel like he wanted to give him the red card. We see, bro. We see players attack. We see players. Bro, if you're on a yellow card, the next yellow is supposed to be so easy to forget.
It can be.
It feel like the ref wanted to send him off
That can
because
be the next yellow card.
moments before that, it could not have been more than 2-3 minutes before that. Demarai was on the floor, with nursing an injury, and the ref say, "Yo, call the stretcher." Demarai said, "Me now on the stretcher, me now go up on the stretcher." The stretcher came on, so I guess the ref considered it as time wasting, gave him a yellow card. That probably did tick off the ref. But bro, you are the ref who's supposed to control the game and control the emotions on the pitch. And you are gonna allow your emotions to go so far. What to this? Why exactly do you get the second yellow for? The fact that him kick with the ball after, or the fact that him kick it at the play? Why get the yellow card for after?
Yeah, apparently the whistle went before him kicked the ball.
Come on.
But it was very, very loud and it would have been right before. And you can say Demarai would have been clearing the ball because it was natural if he might kick with the ball. Because we had tried any Jamaican in the stadium would have loved to kick that ball all the way to Ottawa.
Yeah.
All the way to Vancouver. You get me? So kick the ball as far as we possibly can. So it was definitely an easy red card, and I'm sure so the referee get spoken to. Certain he would have to get a talking to, because that while ago you call him and say, "Yo, cut the crap."
Yeah.
And I said, "Go on back down there, sir." And then if them agree one continue flip up, him take him red card after that. You get me? I said.
Yeah.
But at that point, you call him and say, "Yo, relax yourself. Go on back
Can't
down."
be so easy, bro. That did too easy. And it did feel, as I said, it feel personal. It never feel right. It never feel right to me. And now we're without, can you say, our best player for the year
Yep.
for the next game that we play in March against USA. So I'm gonna make it that. But I saw it go. Another thing about this game that I have to speak of is Boyz, Shemar Nicholson. Say Canada cool but Ukola. Yo,
Bye bye.
bye.
Bro, you see, after a performance like this against a big Canada team coming from behind, understand the locker room celebration.
And a Canada away.
Guatemala, bro, in the Gold Cup quarterfinals, Bridging. As me say, the name should have right on the semi-final poster already. The ticket them should have sell with Demarai and Leon Bailey already.
Yeah.
Guatemala never did go beat Jamaica. That's the point to me I try to make.
Yeah.
But this against Canada, yo, making it to the finals, bro, is a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, understand the celebration. It still feel like the celebration versus Guatemala is bigger than that one.
For real. And I remember Boyz went on. It's almost like whenever I get a big performance, just look on them on the IG, them all go live. Fine, me not fight it. We live in a social media here. The dog say, yo, half time. We were 2-1 down half time or 1-0.
Yeah.
What was it? 2-1?
Was it 2-1? Or
Yeah,
was
I
it
think
1-0?
we were
1-0.
2.
1-0, we're 1-0 down.
Oh, we're 1-0 down. Yeah, we were 1-0 down at half time.
Yeah.
Boyz say him give them a talk, man. But them don't say me thumping down the face, man. Brawling. Bro, sometimes you need a kick, bro.
But remember from National Stadium, they said it's in the darkness in a Bowser.
No, I never even speak about that. After the first game in a national stadium, a lot of the players were not pleased. Bobby Reed did livid. He was so upset. Shema Nicholson did paste. I can't repeat some of the things that Boza just say when I come over the pitch. Boza never talked to nobody. Boza never heal nobody. Boza just want to get out for the field. And he was so mad at I'm not sure if he was mad at some of the players or whatever. I'd probably think it was aimed towards the players. But Boza was so upset. No, at
Once
half
again,
time,
scoring in that, we never mentioned it. Shema Nichols was the goal scorer in that game.
Right. So imagine how hard you work as a forward, and then it's almost like one thing. A lot of times when you see players on the field argue with them teammates, a lot of times the effort in bro. A lot of time a man feel like say, "Yo, me I work hard, and me I give my all," and it's almost like you're not put out the same effort. I allow this to go to waste. Both are did mad. Not half time the man say give them a team that to the point where arguments start to say, "Yo, Boza, hold it down, boss." And I can see, I can see it. I can see it, bro. You see me? So the man them come out, Boza get him double.
I think some probably things that them they can really fight for true.
Right?
Because at this point, they probably not understand a word that they must say to each other.
Bro, think about how a yard man talk when he mad,
Yeah,
bro.
the only
Me don't love to see it.
half the men them couldn't understand. Well, most of these people have like Demarai Gray
Yeah.
come from a Jamaican household.
Most of them have Jamaican parents in the house, bro. Or
Yeah.
grandparents.
Well, not all of them.
But a lot of most of them probably. Most of them, yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like Bobby Reed not as close to him Jamaican heritage. You get me? I say Bobby Reed father, I think never debut. You know what I mean? So Bobby Reed grew up with a English mom in the household. Daniel Johnson would have definitely get what going. Daniel Johnson grew up in a very Jamaican household.
No, me hear Daniel Johnson speak Patois already.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about Ethan Pinnock and Fame heritage.
Oh.
Michael Antonio next one with direct Jamaican roots. So yeah, you're right.
A lot of them.
Alone, they probably not understand what's going on. Everybody else I get to Targrim start looking and say, "Oh, what's going on?"
But him know say yo Boza hold it. Him know that much. And it worked. Them go out, Boza get him double. Demarai was instrumental in that. And Bobby Reed scoring penalty, right?
Yep.
So all in all, a great day of football for Jamaica. With a love for
You're not talking about the man of the hour, Damien and Nandilo.
Damien Onandilo. Let's talk about it. Oh, at halftime, Lati Bode get him calling orders. If I'm here, I'm going to take a shower same time. That is embarrassing. But Damien Lowe step up in the mid-pitch. Michael Hector come on same way. Another thing to mention is that it appears now that Michael Hector is above Deshaun Bernard in the pecking order.
The rotation, yeah.
Yeah, but
probably Algrim don't want experience, but I don't know.
yeah.
As I say, Michael Hector been here and he's done this for Jamaica at the highest possible level besides the World Cup.
Yeah.
Michael Hector play a Copa, Michael Hector play in a multiple Gold Cups. You know, Michael Hector been there and done this. Michael Hector, as I said when he just started playing for Jamaica as a young 21-year-old, I was convinced that this would have been the next best thing for the nation. You get me? I say, and he did get by Chelsea, and he was on this high trajectory. I say, yo, we get that, we cap Taiwan. That was my thinking. You know, like, yo, we cap Taiwan. It never pan out like that. No, Michael Hector, 30 years old now. 10 years removed from playing for Jamaica for the first time. But him coming and him put in a shift, but maybe that was the case. Algrim's probably wanted experience.
Yeah. But yeah, let's talk about Damian Lowe. Him stepping at the midfield. Is Damian Lowe a new midfielder? The man going and him literally give him more than Latibo the other give away. He
For
offered,
sure.
he got an assist, he won the ball and the next goal. Like, is Damian Lowe our new defensive midfielder?
It's hard to answer.
I don't know, because that was a very peculiar situation to be in.
Yeah,
And
and Algrim didn't need something right there, so.
yeah.
And sometimes it good for have something for introduce when they need it, you know?
Maybe
So,
Damian Lowe can be a wild card.
yeah, I think that's probably most likely it. And in addition to the fact that I really like the pairing of Damian Lowe and Ethan Pinnock.
Yeah, because you have to go disrupt that now for put him.
That's our best central defender pairing. And I think both of those players play football the way how football should be played. Um, and I think, as I said, we can always bring on a centre back and push Damian Lowe up the field, but I'm not sure if this is our permanent fix or solution.
Yeah.
Still need a midfielder.
I said it before, but
Damian Lowe is not a midfielder.
I've said it before though, but I'm never say it again. I want to see it again. It's something I want to see again. More to see from the start, and more to see if Damian Lowe can control the game further. More to see it. No, it's likely that it's not going to be something for the long term. But let's see. We still have to there who is a defender, has never played defense for Jamaica from the start. In fact,
Yeah.
the one time he played defense in the Gold Cup, I think it was at right back. So who knows? In a foreign. Let's talk about what next topic we have now. The best reggae boys for the 2020 season, international season. Who we have? We're gonna do five. We're gonna do five.
Like a
So,
rank them.
we can't rank them before. Right? Let's rank them just for argument's sake. The best reggae boys this year.
That's
Boy, me never people me never this are off the top. Me never plan them, me never have them ordered. So we can go.
like
Let's
when
start.
I got them order, do I have to start from one then?
Let's start from one. The
Them are
best reggae.
easy.
Demarai are my best reggae boy this year.
Number one, Demarai Gray. The man scored the most goals and get the most assists. Like Demarai Gray had one of the best international years, period. You know, I think if we think about it, Demarai Gray half a bit. He never win the Gold Cup. Him half a bit best player from CONCACAF. Him half a bit. Between him and Pulisic, him half a bit the best CONCACAF player this
He might
season.
get nominated. He might get nominated.
Yeah, yeah, man. So based on his whole campaign, I think it's 5 goals and 4 assists, like from 10 games. Him have to be one of, if not the best player in CONCACAF this season
Yeah.
over the duration of the year, for sure. Or best player. That's not even that go without saying.
Yeah. Number two for me, may I go have Andre Blake. What you say?
Yeah. I think Andre Blake, you know, he's besides Demarai Gray, he's been our only wild card, our only player who's been there. You know, besides one other who I'd have as number 3. The only other player who's been there time and time again, you know, consistently, not making any mistakes, not causing his country any goals this year, just coming and putting in good performances for me. And he would have easily been number 1 had it not been for, as I said, the sheer brilliance of the Gray, who is probably CONCACAF's best player of the year, much less national team. So Andre Blake, I think, are easy number 2.
Yeah. Andre Blake is number 2. Me I think about number 3 right now. Me I give it to Ethan Pinnock. Just because me can't think about Ethan Pinnock putting in less than a 7 out of 10. And then they give him the. I remember him having one bad performance. I can't remember the game off the top. But Ethan Pinnock is just always so consistent for Jamaica. He always looks like a Premier League defender whenever he plays for us. He always looks like one of the best players on the pitch. And I'm confident with Ethan Pinnock at the back. His recovery is great. He doesn't make mistakes. His passing is awesome.
And and his drives through the middle of the park, for me, that does a lot, you know, and it led to a goal in this campaign as well. Against which team was it? Was it Honduras? I think it was Honduras when
That's
he
what
picked the ball and picked up
Pinnock
and
goal.
not goal, but when pushed forward. I think it was either Bobby Reed or Demarai Gray goal.
Oh, remember, I didn't play the pass. No, it was the Honduras game. It was
It
the
was
Honduras game.
Honduras game, yeah, that me I talk about. So yeah,
He played to Bobby Reid. Bobby Reid played to Demarai.
Yep, so that's exactly what I'm talking about. So Ethan Pinnock definitely, been there. We didn't see him at the Gold Cup, unfortunately. Maybe our fortunes would have been different had he played in the Gold Cup. So that ding him in terms of amount of games played for the nation. But obviously he had a more than good reason to not come to the Gold Cup. And besides that, he's always come and him play good every single time. He has to be my third player.
Oh, I'm gonna go fourth now.
Tricky.
Me know what my 4 and 5.
Way enough rank them.
Me I try to rank them. Alright, you see Boyz now? Boyz, this Nations League was awesome for us. The Gold Cup he was so bad. But the Nations League, bro, Boyz have a 4 goal now in a 3 game or something like that. Or some weird number.
I think he might have in this Nations League. I think he might have 5 goals.
5 goals from 4 games or something.
Yeah.
So good. But remember, it's a year.
Leading
Our
goal.
biggest performance though, our biggest win, the best game for us, the Canada game where you say skew the ratings.
Yeah, that made the year alright for me.
A Boyz are the man in that game there.
Yeah.
No, my 5 where it would have been, or my 4, a Damian Lowe was also one of the men for that game there. Me don't know how me gonna rank them right now. Damian Lowe, Shaman Nichols. Shaman Nichols before Damian Lowe 5. Just because of the impact that Shaman Nichols have in this Nations League, even though Damian Lowe have a great impact. Who are you for?
As I said, you
Okay,
know,
but could I go Bobby Reid? Boy, go on.
my four, it's hard. My 4 was actually between Mikel Antonio and Bobby Reid.
Ooh. So
Yeah.
Boyz gonna make you
As I said, I said that my last 3, you said Damian Lowe, Boyz are your last 2. My last 3 was Mikel Antonio, Shaman Nicholson, and Bobby Reid. Mikel Antonio in the Gold Cup, he was
good. He was really good.
him and Demarai Gray and Andre Blake were the only 3 consistently good players in that Gold Cup. When you think about it.
Fair.
Mikel Antonio come, and even in the Canada game that we unfortunately lost in the National Stadium. Very good. Mikel Antonio, though, has not come all the games and he's not been there for all the windows. And
That too.
that's
That
what-
too, like how much
that's what-
game he play out of the 17?
But he was at the Gold Cup, so that had to have done a lot, and then him play out of the Nations League. What was
He
it?
play,
6 games in the Nations League, I
he
think.
play half a game. Not
played-
even half.
He
Which
played
3 game he play?
out of the 6. Was Mikel Antonio?
He never did the Honduras game.
You sure?
We can check. Let's check. I don't think he was at the Honduras game, but let's check. I know he wasn't at the. He played 10 minutes or 11 minutes in the Canada game.
Yeah.
Remember, they had the second Canada game.
Yeah, because him did hurt him hamstring.
All right,
Check
so
for the Nations League. I think he was at the first window. Never come the second window.
no, he never did. He never played Honduras game. It was Bobby Reid, Demarai, Liam Bailey, Whisper. Remember?
Yeah, and then the
81. It wasn't. 'Cause remember, we don't argue whether Whisper or Boyz have a player forward.
How about the other window?
So he never played that window. The Grenada window now. The Grenada window. Shaman Nichols, Romario Williams start the game there. The 80 game. The 80 game, him play the 80 game and him play 10 minutes in the Canada game. So
Yeah,
1.5.
I remember him did come late to the 80 game. Never missed the first one. Did come the second one. Yeah. When Mikel Antonio plays for Jamaica, he's always one of the standout players. But I guess due to lack of
But I guess, like how me I said, the Nations League gave Shaman Nicholson so a lot of the props. The Gold Cup gave Mikel Antonio a lot of the props.
That's why. Yeah, I remember him having an outstanding Gold Cup. But Bobby Reid was there too. Bobby Reid was consistent this whole year.
Bobby Reid was consistent.
I have to give flowers where it is due. And we've been asked for Bobby Reid come and give us some consistent shifts. Bro, but there's so many because you think about.
I don't think there were so many.
Although Greg Lee and Amari Bell share game,
I don't think them did.
Greg Lee had a good work there for the country too.
Them now push me top 5, bro.
But yeah,
As you say,
As I
as you
said,
say, Bobby Reed, I didn't think so. Gonna push.
Bobby Reid and Shaman Nicholson.
Yeah, yeah. Now let's talk about the worst reggae boy players of the year. All right, I'm not gonna say worst. I'm not gonna say worst. I'm not gonna say worst. It's a harsh word.
You can say it. It's either
Underperforming reggae boys. Underperforming reggae boys for the year.
wow.
Who underperformed this year? All right, so the biggest one for me is Liam Bailey. We didn't expect more from Liam Bailey. This was a year we didn't expect Liam Bailey to push on, even though Liam Bailey gave us some shifts in the Gold Cup. And it's weird enough. I feel like Liam Bailey had a decent year for the country.
In the Gold Cup.
What I mean, which push Liam Bailey play all of the Gold Cup game them. I remember even in the Antigua game, again, you have to say the competition, whatever.
Exactly. So why you even not bring that to me?
At the same competition where you give Mikel Antonio props for.
But Mikel Antonio did play good in the USA game, and Mikel Antonio did play good in the other hard game. Mikel Antonio was the only person that working in the Mexico game. I not give Mikel Antonio props for the Trinidad game and for the Antigua game. I give him props for the other game them when play with Liam Bailey.
No man, Liam Bailey was alright in the Gold Cup. Liam Bailey, he never have no performance in the Gold Cup where I say, well, Liam Bailey I do. Liam Bailey was good. Liam Bailey get assist. Liam Bailey that score. I think he have like three assists and a goal or something like that.
We never get nothing from him against USA. We never get nothing from him against Mexico. We never get nothing from him against Guatemala.
No, I can't say that. I feel like he was alright for him. They give you some shift. The Mexico game in the first Nations League for the year, Liam Bailey was really good. Can't fight it, bro. So him give us some shift, but at the same time, Liam Bailey needs to be better. And I feel like all in all, him underperformed for the year. I may need more from Liam Bailey. Who you are go? We are go 5 again. We have 5 underperformers.
Man,
Let's go 3.
3. All right.
Yeah, you have Liam Bailey too, may I assume.
Yeah. Latibo there.
I agree.
And Latibo there, as I said, in the Gold Cup, he had a couple of games that make it seem like he was a baller. But, bro, we just can't use the opposition there as a litmus test because it's not. You get me? I say, and after Latibo there,
Me have Daniel Johnson next, you know.
Boy.
Bro, that Daniel Johnson not chew me off, bro.
Daniel Johnson is on my list. But, I also have Javier Brown.
You have Javier Brown, who never have a great year, but never play a lot of games.
Yeah. The right back position they share.
See, three of them now.
Them Keys and Gray come in and get couple run out there too. So
yeah, but I was watching an interview after the Canada game where Javier Brown was asked about his performance this year. And he must say, no, say it wasn't his best year, no, say it was a poor year from him, and me to improve, but then he mentioned some personal issues where I struggle with, losing a kid, all of that. So I saw it go sometime, bro. Sometimes we see them players here perform and we don't know what going. But we only can talk about what we know. And Javier Brown never have a great year for the country. But as I said, may I go put that down to him not playing a lot and a lot going on in their life. Whatever. But them top 3 for me, bro, man. I forget Daniel Johnson, them, man. I need more from Daniel Johnson.
Daniel Johnson,
more.
First thing is Daniel Johnson wasn't terrible. He never made a mistake or anything like that. But
bro, who was terrible? Nobody remember, that's why I say that we never put words, but underperform.
Yeah. Daniel Johnson never given nothing, bro.
We didn't need more from Daniel Johnson.
Mariappa never was hot this year. This was the first year where we see a couple of bad performances from Mariappa. We see Ravel Morrison play 2 games and can't get called back because of how bad those 2 games were. Yeah. So there are a few players, if you want to talk about that was there, that come in and never give it a shift. But yeah, Daniel Johnson just never seemed to help us get better in any way whatsoever.
Yep. All right, so those are the best and the underperforming players. All right, let's talk about the debutants now for the year. So we had a few, bro. So in fact, this not even a lot. When you think about what we become accustomed to in terms of giving debut to players in the Jamaican national team. So we had Deshaun Bernard, we had Demarai Gray, we had Tavon Gray, Casey Palmer, Karai Anderson, Joel Latibodier, Dexter Lembikisa, Ronaldo Cephas, Dujan Richards, Kanoya Boyz Clark, Jonathan Russell.
You
On that
want
list,
to rank them?
eh?
You want to rank them?
We can't do that. Can't do that. So the best debut, the best year.
Debutant. Yeah,
So
the
the best
best,
debutant
best
for
rookie
the
year, as
national
them
team.
say. National team rookie year, innit?
Yeah,
Demarai Gray, obviously, because he was the player of the season, the player
I
of the
agree. Demarai Gray, number one.
so Demarai Gray. And number two, who else I have on the
We
list?
send it to you. Look in your chat.
One dead.
Oh, some Demarai Gray. The two Grays, Bernard, Palmer, Anderson, Latibodier, Lembikisa, Cephas, Richards, Boyz Clark, Russell.
All right. So yeah, so number one, and then number two, may have
All
to
right.
go with the next person who secure himself and I think own him spot, and that's Lembikisa.
Lembikisa.
You know,
All right,
saying you have Demarai Gray and Lembikisa. I remember seeing Lembikisa for the first time, and Lembikisa, he made that right back spot his. Like I feel him on that. Yeah, sometimes Javian get a run, Tafian Gray look like him want to try a fight to, but Lembikisa spot. Unless Max Irons will come to it. Yeah, so so that's exciting that we managed to get a good young player. You know, we managed to capture another one. Who knows what he can be in a couple of years. And hopefully him continue to grow from strength to strength. And by the time I'm 22, at time he playing at the World Cup, innit?
Mm-hmm.
And that might be the best time.
I know,
At
right?
that age, in prime. So that's
Still a young player.
eh?
Still a young player. Very young.
By any I don't know if him turn 20 yet.
Yeah. All
So
right. This how we get. This how we get weird now. Cause watching the member say Dujan Richards score upon him debut. In competitive debut.
mhm.
You see me? That I won. Yeah, can never come on the America game.
No.
Score upon him competitive debut. Youngest player themselves scoring a Gold Cup or something like so. Or the second youngest.
Second youngest Jamaican.
All right. Now, Latibodier play a whole heap of game for we.
Yeah, I might have Shane Bernard, I think, who will be the number three. If may I be honest with you.
Shane Bernard. Man, Shane Bernard playing about a game, bro.
Didn't play enough. Him play a good amount of game.
And he never stink it up.
No, him play a good amount
Shane
of
Bernard a three.
yeah, him secure his spot in our national team. Like we really impressed him and Shane Bernard at one ball away have to get called up.
Yeah,
And
Shane Bernard a tree.
I think nobody else put themselves in another spot. Them. I don't think Whisper managed to do that.
No,
Which
no.
as Shane Bernard managed to do. Still a very, very young player, 21 years old.
You're right. This Shane
He's
Bernard.
going to be like 23 when a World Cup time come. You get me? I say?
Bernard for sure. Bernard
Yeah.
for sure. But then me I go Latibo there, who's, as I said, secure him spot, played a lot of games for the country, and we never lose a lot of games, even though I expect more from him. But then
Yeah.
we think about the other players after that, them
Yeah.
not play. So we
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
put players on the play over the man when they play
Yeah.
so many games for the country.
Yeah.
Me I go Latibo there, then me I go Whisper. Who else we have now?
Whisper definitely, a young player, extremely young player coming in, definitely made an impact in a lot of the games that he played in and managing to score a goal. But you know what? So did Shane Bernard too.
Yeah.
So Whisper and Latibody is scoring a goal too, I think. So Whisper managing to come in and do that as a forward. Him never come stink it up, but him never come be a world beater.
Mhm.
You know,
At 17, it's fine.
I not somebody I expect it, but I also did a hope for it. And it was also
Yeah.
a possibility, right?
Yeah, but at 17, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. All right, so now we have Casey Palmer, Kara Anderson, we have Cephas, Boyz Clark, and Russell.
Me have Boyz Clark, then John Russell.
Boy, Boyz Clark play half.
And him come in and him
Boyz
get
Clark
a
play
clean
15
sheet.
minutes, bro.
Yeah, him come in and him get a clean sheet and him do what him supposed to.
Boyz Clark play 15 minutes.
Me have Boyz
Like,
Clark.
you're corrupt, bro. You're corrupt.
Oh, my corrupt.
Bro, Casey Palmer play like 3 games.
Casey Palmer contribution a big
Or 2 games.
like Boyz Clark contribution. I'm say Boyz Clark come in and
I forgot John Russell.
based on what me hear, the goalkeeper coach and Hargreaves said them say him come in and him push him teammates and you get me, I say a very, very good
Corrupt, man.
goalkeeper. And him
Yeah,
come in and him keep a clean sheet, bro. And I'm very, very first game. And as a teenager. I
Yeah,
have to give props after Boyz Clark as one of my, most impressive debutants.
Here me I go do. Me I go Russell, then Boyz Clark, then
Then
me I go Cephas.
Cephas.
No, me I go Palmer, then Cephas, then Anderson. You see me? So, cause Palmer did come and he never
Yeah.
great, but him
Never,
did better than Anderson.
never impressed none at all.
He did better than Anderson to me.
So me have Cephas and then me have the two of them. Cephas.
Any
then
another order there, cause at the bottom three, it's whatever for me.
yeah.
But me for the top three, as I say, Gray, Bernard, Lembikisa,
Yep.
them one day can say are part of the Reggae Boy squad.
Oh yeah. For
You see
sure.
me? So yeah, now we are gonna go through the squad real quick, and we are gonna do a quick keep or move on from,
I could do it now.
and then we are gonna close it out. You see it? So the squad right now, let's talk about it. We are do the coach. I'm Al Grimson.
Grammy.
Keep or move on.
Keep.
There we go. I agree. Keep. Andre Blake.
Bro, Andre Blake, as I said, him come back the year after we did tell last year we did say take your armband off of him and give it to.
You that said that. You that said that. You that said that. You that said that.
After me did say take your armband off of bro, me and you have videos and we say probably time for Gillian Bailey armband.
Me never say Liam Bailey forget the armband. Me I said Damian Low. If anybody forget it, that Damian Low. But
Bro,
at the same time,
I remember Liam Bailey have couple glimmer and I
listen
was
up.
even lead the team. And we
If
are
me
say,
say that,
yo,
hey, if me say that, up gimmicks and banter. Me never seriously I said Liam Bailey captain.
he
What?
did that seriously, I
No,
consider.
me know you did seriously. I said
But Andre Blake come back the year and him continue to lead the team. And Mariapa isn't there.
keep or move on, brother.
Him definitively right now for me are the captain of this team. And he's the best goalkeeper in CONCACAF. And him are the best player on the national team.
So keep. I
Yeah.
agree. Jamali wait. Me I say keep.
Keep.
I
Best
agree.
best backup me ever see for the national team. Ever. In my lifetime, 25 years. Best.
All right. Let's do Amal Knight.
Him can go. Boyz
Move
Clark
on.
as keeper going forward.
Move on from Amal Knight.
Yeah. And yeah, the next place I recall a Boyz Clark, right?
I agree. Amal Knight move on. Boys Clark keep for me.
Yeah.
All right. Michael Hector.
Why you have to call my collector first? Me have to sick. Cause when we keep, how much you want to keep? Keep 23. That's
Just,
what we are trying.
when I hear the player name, you want him in the squad or not? I just
But
this
is
out.
that 23 we are trying to build or it just no matter whether we want to keep him around the program.
It no matter. It no matter.
All right, so keep my collector. He
Keep
might
my
more use going forward.
Keep Michael Hector.
Yeah.
I agree. Damian Lowe.
Keep.
Keep. Ethan Pino.
Best defender in a CONCACAF.
Keep.
That's
Amari
besides
Bell.
Davis. Amari Bell, keep. See the man that playing in the Premier League week in, week out. You know,
I agree.
him our left back.
I agree. Greg Lee.
Also keep. Super impressed with him when he did domestically. And when him come play for the national team, bro, him look weird, but he might get results doing it.
Very,
So,
very, very weird. Very
I'm gonna
awkward.
push Amari Bell for that left back spot there.
Yeah. Joel Latibodier. Keep or move on.
Bro, we don't have nothing better.
Nah, better.
We don't have nothing better.
I
So
just
keep.
that.
Yeah.
I just that now. Deshaun Bernard.
Keep 100%.
I agree.
He might probably start for winning the World Cup. Damian Lowe better watch him back.
Yeah, Tavon Gray.
Oof. Keep him around the squad. We still a look for the right back spot there. I mean, I think him push Javi and Brown for the spot yet. So when we have Amari Bell and Greg Lee in the squad, I'm gonna see how we're gonna manage. We can carry Tavian Gray, Javi and Brown, and Lembikisa. So I think Tavian Gray is going to be around the squad. I think Javi and Brown keeps his spot. So Tavian Gray keep around the squad.
I agree. And you just said Javi and Brown, you just said Lembikisa. So them they speak for themselves. I agree. All right. We also got appearances from people like Richard King, Jamai Topi.
No, them people are not supposed to see the squad unless we get one of them friendly there. We're too deep and we have too many people to be calling for those people. Cause you think about after Damian Lowe and Pinot, then you have Bernard and Hector. Then we still have fill-ins like Latibodier. And then below that we still have mans like Wes Harding and Adrian Mariapa. I don't think Also, West Harding, when I call him all of this year, Mariappa, he's not a keep for me. I move on from him. But I still would have Mariappa over the low and over the Topi and the Kingdom.
Yeah.
So,
I
we'll move on for them, man.
never mentioned Mariapa, but also, yeah, I agree. Move on. Also, now we are going midfield. Bobby Reed, keep.
Yep, Bobby wear the armband for the national team this year for the first time. That was a joy to see. I think he led us out. Which one of the game them did lead you out, The
Can't
game
remember.
when Damon Lowe and Blake, never play. Which one of the game I know saying did lead you out, Was it the Grenada game? I am lead out in the Grenada game.
Probably Grenada game, yes.
Look, yeah, Bernard and Hector started that game though.
Grenada captain. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember him leading us out, and that was it's a good feeling because it's a couple weeks ago him did lead out Fulham.
yeah.
So it's a good feeling for Bobby Reed. Bobby Reed have the time of his life right now in his career. The time of his life. Bobby Reed as a youngster never imagine his career would have come to this way.
Yeah.
It's
You're
like
right.
a perfect start for him, and we definitely keep him around the program.
All right. Ravel Morrison, who played 2 games.
Bro, right now, me nah say no to nothing in the midfield, because we midfield need help, If Ravel Morrison get a work, I still want Ravel Morrison. But
Get a work first. Get a
as
work.
long
But at this point, if you can't get a job, you can't get called from national team.
as long as they're not playing football, they will have to move on.
So yeah. Straight up. All right. Daniel Johnson. One more, but me have to keep him.
Yeah, we can't do much better than DJ right now. DJ still come in, him still I gotta keep the ball, him not gonna lose the ball. I want a playmaker that's going to advance the ball more. I want better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm begging for people like Shaq and Satchel. You get me? I say get good and come back, come help out. Them name Kevin Wilson. Do anything, the man. Grow. Boss big. You get me? I say God big Europe. I make us see what for go on. But as for right now, DJ, I will have in it.
Yeah. Tariq McGee.
But I think at this point, I think it's time to move on from Tyre McGee. Like I don't see Tyre McGee having a spot in this program. And him not getting much younger.
You know,
Him can't see the program. Him not
I
good
don't
enough.
think him can make a 23.
Or a 25 or a 30.
No, I think him can make a 30. The thing with
We have
Tariq
Steve
McGee,
Pass and we still have Wem name Karim Paris.
I think Tariq McGee have more for offer. Obviously, him there at the USL now. Him have one more move in him, I feel like. Obviously, at the moment, him not good enough to make the squad, so I'm going to say move on. But I'm also going to say, in the right circumstance, Tariq McGee can thrive in this team. But we not have a midfield to protect him. We can't allow a passenger into the team.
Yeah,
Just not one.
and I think with our setup we have Cephas and Karim Paris who them man they're not good enough, 23. Unfortunately, but
Yeah, but them man they also predominantly play on the wing.
I still think they're higher above. Bro, I think Karim Paris' best role for Jamaica is behind the forwards.
Might be so.
And
Might be so.
whenever we see him play in the middle of the park for Jamaica, and look better than when he play wide for Jamaica.
Might be
Um,
so.
so I think those two men would be higher in the pecking order than Tariq McGee right now.
John Russell.
I think we move on from John Russell. I think John Russell is still young, John Russell is 22 years old.
Yeah.
Um,
23.
so yeah, somebody I think about like Carroy Anderson and Casey Palmer, but I don't know. Probably, I think John Russell probably offer we more than them cats. So
More see John Russell again.
we definitely move on from Casey Palmer. Keep John Russell.
Me that say keep John Russell. This Shane Beckford.
Leave no name, so.
So move on. You have to know who name some father. Anyways, Carroy Anderson, as I say, move
Carroy
on.
Anderson is an ex youngster. Me think we look for him again for sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we keep John Russell, keep looking on Carroy Anderson, move on from Casey Palmer.
Demarai Phillips.
Move on.
I agree. I don't know why you're afraid to say it.
I'm never afraid to say it, but just I say, I don't know why we did. I don't know why we insist on pushing. Move on. I don't want to get in a hold the back.
Mikel Antonio, keep. Demarai Gray, keep. Romario Williams.
Romario Williams. Boy.
You mean a weird spot in a car?
Yeah, his inclusion is interesting to me. We have we have we have some forwards in the championship where we'd like for really get a hold on. And if we can, I think Clark Harris. And if we can manage if we get a hold on Clark Harris and if Omar Hutchins can start out him shit, then I don't know, Romario Williams, it kind of gonna look gloomy for you.
I feel like right now we keep him. Romario Williams, him not gonna play, but at the same time, what 18 goal contributions in a 30 games. Now USL, all right. Me not feel like we have. Although Trevante Stewart,
He's the next
Trevante-
person that I want to see be kept around.
yeah. So
Sure.
it weird. As I said, Romario Williams inclusion kind of weird for me. More want to see a big. If me pick, but probably I go pick Trevante Stewart over Romario Williams. If I be
Yeah.
honest. Bowser goes without saying. Liam Bailey goes without saying. Who else play for the country this year?
Yeah, as
Yeah.
you mentioned, Trevante Stewart, for sure.
Dujan Richards.
Dejan Richards. We keep Dejan Richards. Dejan Richards now, as I say, I have to go work for him spot. Because we
I'm
team
gonna
big.
make the squad now.
Team big.
I'm gonna make the squad.
Big. So it's not a case where we can say, oh, Dejan Richards better than him because we can't say him better than Demarai Gray. We can't say him better than Leon Bailey or Michael Antonio or Shamar Nicholson or Bobby Reed. You get me, I say? So the only one of them we can probably say him better than Romario Williams.
Bro,
So,
Dujan Richards have to make the squad now.
yeah.
Next match you play in a March, January. Dujan Richards need to play football for somebody, and him need to look alright. I need to play at a decent level. Now, obviously, the standards for him are gonna be getting on the field are gonna be enough for getting a call up. Like if him a play,
Depends how him a play. If him a play
right?
now.
That's what I mean. But me not expect him to play anywhere where getting on the field is not enough for a call up. Like if him a play, if him get loaned out to Bournemouth or Luton or him a play in the Premier League, getting on the field is a call up, bro.
If you not get on the field, if one of them team they feel comfortable taking Dejan Richards upon loan, then Dejan Richards have to come play for Jamaica.
Right. So
A Premier League team want to take up Dejan Richards upon loan. Well, first of all, a Premier League team not gonna take you upon loan unless them are gonna use you.
right.
People not take people upon loan unless them are gonna use you. So let's say you say Bournemouth or Luton, that's a bit high. But let's say him get a League One loan or a Championship loan, and him
Bro,
dey
when I
there.
hear so the man gonna play at Chelsea, bro. So our first team.
Well, make we see, right?
So who knows? Couple injuries.
And if him dep on Chelsea match sheet, then our Chelsea under 23s, then
Bro, you see them big, you see Man City and Arsenal match sheet, you always see that one little juvenile there?
yeah. You're not gonna see them.
If to them I look for Man City. Eh?
You say hardly see them.
No, but I mean see them on the field. I said if you look at the match sheet,
Yeah. You always see a one.
you see me, you gonna see that you gonna see one little juvenile on the face, on the sheet. So can't fight it. Dujan Richards make the squad now. I want to see so much more a whisper, man. I feel like that youth are gonna be big for me. Obviously 10 caps, a lot of it substitution appearances and scoring one goal. Yeah, big deal for the kid. All in all, as I say, people, a good year for the country. We can do better. We should do better next year. We have a semi-finals coming up against America.
Big deal. Dallas.
Everybody should be buzzing for that game.
Bro, more on go dog.
Off the top it.
I got you. Well, what heap of things to stop it?
May I ask you how to stop it?
Like money and then something there. What do you mean?
Oh.
I try to say. I say the ticket for
Watching a dog. You see, life is a weird thing, you know.
Yeah.
Let me say life expectancy, what?
75.
70 yard.
Yeah.
When I really the 70 yard, the promise, bro. Bro, spend your dirty money and go to Florida, bro. Or go wherever you are. Go watch. I went Vegas.
Dallas. No one at Dallas.
Or Dallas. Go
Yeah.
watch. Go watch him. Spend your money, bro.
It's gonna be like $4 for the ticket and then probably $200 for your accommodation same way. The ticket for go watch the match them are the cheapest thing. You can get some ticket for $20-$30 for go watch match.
Go on, brother. Go on. I want life to get no.
Which is
Wait,
why
wait.
you have to think about what happened after March, innit? You have to think
Yeah.
about April and May.
Incoguna, cooler man. Just share the thing, man. Cause watch you now, we have a big back end of the year. You get me, I say? Kind of super busy, so we are get things going again. This year, this December, we are going live a lot more. We are going to push up videos every day. Just support the thing. You get me, I say? We're up again. Now watch your face. But are we that? Anything else you want to chat about?
Now, my father, we don't only for chatting to go, you know?
The two, boy.
A really comprehensive year-end review.
Yeah. One more thing one people look forward to. What we really want to do are like assess each player here, or the big players here. They get me assess, so like do a video where we are dialing on each player and their performance and where them can improve, where them let we down, the exact moments. So instead of saying Demarai was captain Jamaica, we are look on the games and what would they need from him in the game there, what him doing in the game and all of that. So people look out for it. Manning Cup final. It's coming up. Friday. Big game. Idol versus Mona.
But as I say, all roads leads to the Walker Cup finals. That's the running gag. All road leads to the Walker Cup final, which is Jamaica College versus St. Andrew Technical High School, which many would have said would have been the Manning Cup finals.
Yeah. JC and Stats just not following up what they did last year.
Man.
Unfortunately.
Will Stats finally get over the line? And we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Once they get it over the line.
Silverware.
Like them say. But anyways, people are we that look out for schoolboy football content tomorrow. But before you leave, don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe to this or that Sports TV. And do one more thing first, do.
Share the video to at least 10 people, then sure to get to 6 subscribers. Because if each and every one of you guys can manage to do that, do you know how many subscribers that get us by the end of the day, people?
But for now, this was this or that Sports TV.
Gone, my father.
We out.